Hello, my name is Muhammad AUNI. I'm from class M1 PA2733D and my number matrix is 2024736245. And now we will discuss about discrimination in the workplace among Muslim workers in the non-Islamic company. Okay, let's start with the definition. Discrimination in the workplace against Muslim workers in Malaysia refer to the unfair treatment of employees based on their Islamic faith and practices. This can manifest in various ways, such as restriction on wearing religious attire, like the hijab, limitation on prayer time, and unequal opportunities for advancement or training due to their religious identity. Despite Malaysia being a majority Muslim country, in terms of discrimination persists, particularly in non-Islamic companies. So, the issue of workplace discrimination against Muslim workers in Malaysia is significant and multifaceted. Many Muslim employees face challenges such as being denied time for prayers, restriction on wearing religious attire, and being overlooked for promotions. For example, a recent study highlighted that 12.5% of Muslim women reported difficulties finding time to pray at work, while 5.7% face prohibitions on wearing hijabs. Additionally, recent development in Johor have prompted authorities to urge employees to facilitate Friday prayers for their Muslim employees, reflecting ongoing concern about discrimination in this area. Okay, so discrimination against Muslim workers in Malaysia can be tracked back to several factors. Understanding this factor is essential to addressing the root causes and creating effective solutions. First, cultural misunderstanding plays a significant role. Many employers and colleges may not be familiar with Islamic practice, belief, or culture. Okay, for example, misunderstanding about the significance of daily prayers, fasting during Ramadan, or the dress code, such as the wearing of the hijab, can lead to unintentional bias or discomfort in the workplace. These cultural gaps can create an environment where Muslim employees feel marginalized or excluded. Okay, so second, stereotyping is another factor. Negative stereotypes about Muslims can shape people's perception and influence hiring and promotion decisions. Common stereotypes about Muslims being overly conservative or unwilling to integrate into the workplace culture can result in Muslims being unfairly passed over for job opportunities. This stereotyping extends beyond hiring practices and can affect team dynamic, leading to workplace isolation or discrimination. So, for the third factor is restrictive policies within organization. Many companies fail to consider religious accommodations in their policies, such as not providing prayer spaces or not allowing employees to take breaks for daily prayers. Some workplaces may have policies that conflict with Islamic practices, such as banning headscarf or placing undue restriction on time off for religious observance, like Friday prayers. When such policies are in place, they send a message that religious diversity is not valued or respected. Lastly, we have sector-specific bias. Certain industries such as hospitality and retail often have stricter policies regarding visible expression of religious faith. For example, dress codes in the service industry may restrict employees from wearing religious attire like the hijab or may impose uniform standards that are not accommodating to religious belief. Such industry-specific practices can limit the opportunity available to Muslim workers who want to express their faith. Okay, the impact of workplace discriminations against Muslim employees is far-reaching and has significant consequences for both the individual affected and the broader organizational culture. Alright, so psychologically discrimination can lead to a variety of mental health issues. Muslim employees may experience heightened level of stress, anxiety, and depression as a result of feeling isolated, misunderstood, or undervalued. The constant challenge of balancing religious obligations with work demands can also take a toll on their well-being, leading to burnout or disengagement. In terms of career advancement, many Muslim employees report being denied promotion or professional development opportunities simply because of their religious identity. This can result in lower job satisfaction as employees feel that their growth within the company is being stunted due to factors outside of their work performance or qualifications. In some cases, employees may even feel that their religious identity is held against them in performance review, even when their actual work output is strong. Moreover, discrimination contributes to a toxic workplace culture. When a company fosters an environment of religious bias, it can lead to a breakdown in trust and communication among employees. This creates a cycle of hostility where workers feel unsupported and morale suffers across the organization. A culture of discrimination also undermines productivity as employees become disengaged, less motivated, and less likely to collaborate effectively with others. Finally, employers who fail to address religious discrimination can face legal consequences. In Malaysia, there have been increasing calls for accountability regarding employers who do not make accommodation for religious practices, such as Friday prayers. Legal challenges and lawsuits related to religious discrimination can lead to reputational damage for companies and even financial penalties, making it a crucial issue for employers to address. To effectively tackle workplace discrimination against Muslim employees, a comprehensive multi-pronged approach is necessary. Let's explore some of the key solutions. So first, education and awareness training are essential. Okay, so companies should implement training programs that provide employees with a deeper understanding of Islamic practices, beliefs, and cultural norms. This can include educating the workforce about the significance of religious holidays, the importance of daily prayers, and the diverse forms of religious expression, such as the hijab. This program should not only be aimed at Muslim employees but at the entire workforce to create an inclusive and respectful environment where everyone's faith and culture are understood and accepted. So second, reviewing and revising workplace policies is crucial. Employers must ensure that company policies are inclusive and accommodating of religious practices. This includes allowing sufficient time for prayers, providing prayer space for employees, and ensuring that dress code do not discriminate against religious attire. Employers should also consider flexible hours, especially during Ramadan, to accommodate fasting schedules. It's essential for workplace policies strike a balance between respecting religious practices and maintaining productivity, creating an environment where employees feel their religious identity is acknowledged and respected. Third, creating support system within the organization is vital. Companies should establish resources and platforms where Muslim employees can voice their concern about discrimination without fear of retaliation. This could be through an employee resources group (ERG) focused on religious diversity, or by appointing a dedicated diversity and inclusion officer. Having a support system in place can empower employees to speak out and ensure that issues of discrimination are addressed in a timely and constructive manner. And lastly, companies must adhere to local laws that protect employees from religious discrimination. In Malaysia, there are strict laws that prohibit discrimination based on religion, and employer must comply with these regulations. Employers should also be proactive and ensuring they are meeting or exceeding legal requirement when it comes to religious accommodation. By being transparent in their policies and committed to creating an inclusive environment, company can build a reputation as socially responsible employer who value diversity and inclusion. So, in conclusion, discrimination against Muslim workers in non-Islamic companies in Malaysia is a pressing issue that requires urgent attention. Discrimination not only affects the individual directly impacted but also erodes the overall workplace culture. It creates divisions, reduces morale, and ultimately affects productivity. By understanding the factors contributing to discrimination, such as cultural misunderstanding, stereotyping, restrictive policies, and sector-specific bias, we can better address the problem and its root. The impact of discrimination are severe, leading to psychological stress, stalled career, and a toxic work environment. However, solutions are available can be implemented through training, policy revision, support system, and legal compliance. Ultimately, companies that take a proactive stance on religious inclusion and make a diversity a core value will not only benefit from a more harmonious and productive workplace, but will also strengthen their reputation and inclusive employer, creating an environment where all employees, regardless of faith, feel respected and valued is not just the right thing to do. It's good for businesses. By committing to more inclusive work environment, companies can ensure that all employees have the opportunity that thrive and contribute to the organization's success. So, that's all from me. Thank you.